us all. The Honorable Dean of the Faculty of Public Health, Sriwijaya University, Miss Dr. Misna Nyarti SKM MKM. The Honorable Third Vice Dean of the Faculty of Public Health, Sriwijaya University, Mr. Dr. Nur Alam Fajar SOS MKes. The Honorable Builder of English and Study Club, Public Health Faculty of Sriwijaya University, Miss Najma SKM MPH PhD. The Honorable Head of the Committee, Miss Feni Etarawati SKM MPH, and also the audience and participants. Let's thanks to the Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has been given us mercy and blessings so that we can attend this public guest lecture. Public speaking class with Miss Maggie Eyre from New Zealand. Build your personal brand and confidence, then speak, no fear, without any troubles and obstacles. Previously, I would say welcome to Miss Maggie Eyre as our speaker today, and also thank you very much for the presence of Mr. and Mrs. Before we start our agenda today, let us pray together. Praise begin. Praise over. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Nyayu Septia, your master of ceremony today. But before starting our agenda today, let me explain the agenda schedule. The opening, sing national anthem of Indonesia, Indonesia Raya. Speech from the Director of English and Study Club, Faculty of Public Health, Sriwijaya University by Miss Febia Hanisha. Speech from the Dean of the Faculty of Public Health, Sriwijaya University by Miss Dr. Miss Nanyati SKM MKM. Public guest lecture, public speaking class, build your personal brand and confidence, then speak with no fear by Miss Maggie Eyre. Implementing public speaking, question and answer session, conclusion, documentation, and closing. Ladies and gentlemen, the first agenda is opening. Let's start this agenda. The second agenda, sing national anthem of Indonesia, Indonesia Raya. To the operator, time and screen are welcome. The third agenda is greeting. The first greeting is from the Director of English and Study Club, Faculty of Public Health, Sriwijaya University, by Ms. Febia Hanisha. Time and screen are welcome.
Okay, thank you. Am I audible? Good morning, the Honorable Dean of the Faculty of Public Health, Sriwijaya University, Ms. Dr. Ms. Maniarti, SKM, the Honorable All Vice Dean and Lecturer of the Faculty of Public Health, Sriwijaya University, the Honorable Brigadier of English and Study Club, Public Health Faculty of Sriwijaya University, Ms. Najma, SKM, MPH, PhD, the Honorable Head of the Committee by Ms. Penny Etrawati, SKM, MPH, and the Honorable for our speaker today, Ms. Maggie Eyre. Welcome to Ms. Maggie at our event today, and also the audience and participants. First of all, I would like to thank the Master of Ceremony for giving me a great honor to deliver welcome speech in this great opportunity. On behalf of the board of the English Study Club Public Health Faculty of Sriwijaya University, welcome you all and thank you very much for coming to this meeting. We realize that English without practicing will be nothing. Practicing without certain target and systematic program will be not have much sense. Today, we will discuss about build your personal brand and confidence then speak with no fear with Ms. Maggie. By attending such kind of meeting, I'm sure you all get a lot of advantage. You can improve your English. Please do participate in this golden opportunity, and I hope your participation will bring some benefit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the greetings. The next greetings from the Dean of the Faculty of Public Health, Sriwijaya University, by Ms. Dr. Miss Naniarti, SKM, MKM. Time and screen are welcome.
Thank you, moderator. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody, and good afternoon, Miss Maggie Eyre. Is it afternoon in New Zealand, is it?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Miss Maggie is Director of Fresh Air in Training Company of Public Speaking in New Zealand. The Honorable Vice Dean and Head of Study Department Secretary and in Public Faculty, Sriwijaya University, the Honorable lecturer, staff, and students who join this agenda, and Head and Vice Head and all of the management of Badan Otonom English Study Club of Public Health Faculty, Sriwijaya University. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here today at this guest lecture event with topic public speaking, build your personal brand and confident, then speak with no fear. It is such an honor for me to speak as the Dean of Public Health Faculty, Sriwijaya University. In today's guest lecture event, the agenda is to focus on how to overcome for fear of public speaking. Nervousness and anxiety in certain situations is normal, and public speaking is no exception. But with preparation and persistence, you can overcome your fear. Miss Maggie is expert in her field about public speaking, and then will explain lecture content clearly and concisely. I highly recommend that you take advantage of this opportunity. We hope this virtual guest lecture event will help all students of all you to illustrate the applicability of what we in discussion such as public speaking technique. So I if open this guest lecture event with basmalah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. That is from me. I hope this event will run successfully. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Thank you very much for the greetings. The next agenda, the main agenda which we are waiting for, explanation from the speaker today, Miss Maggie Eyre. To lead the next session, I would like to invite Miss Widya Leonita SKM MPH to moderate the public guest lecture today.
Okay, thank you,
Nyayu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon to all who join our refreshment lecture today, presented by Public Health Faculty of Universitas Sriwijaya. Before we begin the main session, let me introduce you to our very special and expertise guest speaker from New Zealand, Miss Maggie Eyre. Hi, Miss Maggie Eyre.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here with you all.
Yes, Miss Maggie is an international communication consultant and also the director of Fresh Air Training Company that provide coaching and workshop for improving public speaking skills since 2007 until now. She also experienced to be media advisor for Mrs. Helen Clark, as we know as former Prime Minister of New Zealand. And also their 3 books are written by her. They are Speakeasy, The Essential Guide to Speaking in Public, Speak in Public with Confidence, and Being You, How to Build Your Personal Brand and Confidence. Well, that's such an honor to welcome you to our event, Miss Maggie. Thank you.
Thank you.
About 1 hour, I, Widya as moderator, will divide this session into 3 parts. First part is delivery of the lecture from our guest speaker. Then we'll continue to discussion with question and answer. And the last session will be public speaking practice. I would like to remind you that as long as our speaker deliver the speech, no question or interruption are allowed. Please write down the question in chat box or say directly in the discussion session. I also remind us to mute all sound during the event. Speaking in front of the 100 eyes always become a nightmare for everyone, especially for the one who never have experience before. As a future health professional, sooner or later, we must be ready to be a good public speaker who communicate and also educate the society. So this is our time. Listen carefully to Miss Maggie, who will share information or helpful tips related to build your personal brand and confidence, then speak with no fear. Miss Maggie, the screen is yours.
Thank you. I've been looking forward to this for so long. And I just want to start off by saying, a number of years ago, I didn't know that a publisher had taken my book Speakeasy and translated it into Indonesian. I had no idea. So the postman comes one day and I open this package, and I remember still being in the same street and jumping for joy. I had no idea, and it feels extra special because this is the first time I've ever actually talked about this book or held it up or done anything about it. So that is right there now. But I want to, first of all, tell you, I was terrified of public speaking, terrified. I was an actress on television. I was an actress on the stage. I died in a famous soap called Shortland Street. And everybody thought that I was confident when I gave a speech, but I wasn't. I was just faking it and pretending. And one day I was invited at the age of 27 to speak at a university called Massey University to give a keynote speech. And I thought, I can't possibly do that. But a friend of mine who was a politician at the time and a former singer, trained opera singer, said, I will coach you, I will train you. I will teach you about body language, I'll teach you about the voice, I will teach you about how to use stories. And that seems so long ago. And the one thing I want to say to you is, it's never too late to learn, and it is craft. It is a craft. You can learn this craft. I now do this every day. And I think one of the reasons why I love it, and a friend who's a psychologist said to me over lunch, why do you work? And I said, I work every day to help people. I work every day to make a difference in people's lives. And that's what I do. And I've wanted to come and give this lecture in Indonesia for so long. And I just want to promise that at the end of the year, if you would like me to come on again, then I would be very, very happy to do that. There's one quote that I love, a famous poet, author called Maya Angelou. And she said, I've learnt that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. To me, that's what is so important around presence, your personal brand. It's how you actually leave people feeling. When clients come to me, I feel like a doctor. I feel like, oh, I've got this magical cure, and I get my filming gear out and I film the person, play it back, film the person, play it back. And I see this person blossom, and I see them come in with all this anxiety into my workroom or studio and leave feeling much more confident. We hear the word personal brand. What it really means, it's just everything about who you are, like everything. So many of you would have seen this book, and mine's battered. I've been carrying it around for a year in my book. So what is a personal brand? People are looking at you trying to work out your values. At the national anthem then, I felt so moved, and I had shivers going through me, and I was taking photographs, and I felt excited. I loved the formality of the start. So people are judging and critiquing you all the time. They are making, and it's a first impression. So my first impression was, wow, these people are so organized, and I feel really welcome. You know, I feel like I'm there with all the students. So everything about the way you speak, about the way you move, everything about your clothing. I thought about the colors I was going to wear today because it matches my hair, and I feel good in this bright color. People are looking at you and they're deciding, do I like you? Do I trust you? Do I want to work with you? And I've noticed in the last 5 minutes that people are smiling. You women were smiling. Warmth, like when you said, welcome, Miss Maggie. It was really authentic and really real. And it was engaging. I feel like you're here with me. Your job is not to impress when you speak. Your job is to engage an audience. Your job is to connect with an audience. So how do you do that? People are looking at what you're wearing, but they're also looking at your eyes. They're looking at the warmth. We have 30 muscles in the face, apparently. Use them. The smile is really important. We don't want to be taught by people who scare us. And I went to theatre school where I was yelled at, told you're not good enough. When I was studying acting in New York, your voice is terrible, that awful Kiwi accent, get rid of it. It's very important that you connect as a kind, warm human being, like our Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, who's very, very kind and very, very warm. So we have this extraordinary leadership looking at us every day. The body language is important. I'm moving my hands. You don't want to sit on your hands. You don't want to sort of sit like this. You want to sit up and be comfortable, or if you're standing, always have very good posture. And you don't want to be hunching your shoulders. And you don't want to be looking down. And you also don't want to be reading your notes. What I loved about the introduction of this lecture was eyes looking at me. So you need to always know your lines, know your script. Everything about the body language is important. Clothing also has a language, but don't forget the voice. We need to enunciate the vowel sounds. We need to pronounce the words. I think the warmth and kindness was coming through in the last 5 minutes, and the welcome. I looked at the Dean and I thought, oh, I really want to, I want to get to know her. And I love the colors of what she was wearing and the blue sky, but I really felt like her warmth came through, and that's what we're wanting. So the tone of the voice, the vocal projection, the diction is really, really important. And if we do come together at the end of the year, I thought maybe we could do some practical exercises where we go through a typical voice class, we go through a typical warm-up class. How do you warm up the body? How do you prepare? Now, of course, the stories, the content, the stories are really important. What are you saying? the most important tip is to get rid of all your jargon, you know, whether it's health or public policy or whatever you're talking about. We need $15, we don't need $15 words, we need $5 words. What do I mean by that? $15 words are words like infrastructure, unification, digital platform, and we all use jargon. What we need is $5 words. Jump, dance, smile. It's very important to use everyday language when you give a lecture, when you pitch for new business, when you are in a meeting, when you're on the phone. So people are understanding you. The human brain is so tired and it's so much on overload. And we want to connect with people so they identify with what we're saying. I often coach people for TED Talks. And it's good, you know, it's a clear structure. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. If you use examples in your content, if you use examples in your speech, people will remember the examples. You know, I told you I had a fear of public speaking. I was an actress. I was scared every night I went out on the stage. A lot of you will remember that. So I'm not just talking about the theory of presentation skills or public speaking. Give examples. But what's so important is your story about your life, where you come from. I always end up telling people I have 4 brothers, I have no sisters, I have no children, but I look after hundreds of children. I'm an auntie to 9 nieces and nephews, so I take that role very, very seriously. You know, if you do have children, tell us where you were born, tell us, describe where you live. It's called show me, don't tell me, show me, don't tell me, theatre of the mind. Take me somewhere I haven't been before, Indonesia. I have been there once, by the way, but years ago. Introduce me to somebody I don't know, your parent, and then teach me something new. So it's show me, don't tell me. Using adjectives in front of nouns. You've got naming words like a car, but is it a new car? Is it a blue, battered old car? Is it an electric purple car? It's just always having adjectives. I think the most important thing for you to do when you want your speech to work and you want to really feel comfortable is to rehearse, rehearse, and rehearse. Practice, practice, practice. And I don't mean practice to the mirror. I had one client who used to practice to the dog, her dog. And I said, darling, your dog doesn't really understand what you're saying. You need to rehearse and speak to an audience, or get a friend to hold up your phone, your smartphone, your iPhone, whatever it is, and get somebody to video you, play it back, learn from that. Oh, I've got my eyes down too much. Oh, I've got my eyes up. I'm looking away from the screen if I'm doing a Zoom presentation, or I'm playing with my rings all the time. I'm fidgeting my fingers. I'm flicking my hair all the time. Just always practice. Get someone to film you, video you. Even if you just have an iPad, you buy a simple, cheap, inexpensive tripod, and always never ever go and give a speech without seeing yourself first on video. In my work, in a 1-day program, we have 6 people. In a 2-day program, we have 8 people, and we film the clients at least 3 times a day, play it back. In the morning, then in the afternoon. By the afternoon, they're much more relaxed. So it's absolutely using everything you can do to rehearse. Now, a lot of you would have gone online, and this is this book, Speakeasy, has been revised 3 times. So this is the latest one in 2017. Every single chapter, if you want to download this into an ebook, every single chapter has got a definite focus, like the warm-up, how to warm up, how to manage your nerves, how to warm up the voice, how to learn your lines, how to prepare a speech. There's a template for preparing a speech. So there's, gosh, this makes me sound so old, about 30 years of material is in here. So use the book, and if you buy it, scribble all over it. You can also buy it on Amazon or through my website. But it's just realizing that if you want to work on your personal brand, you need to work on your presentation skills. If you want to build your personal brand, it's not just about knowing what your values are. You know, like one of my values is compassion. I'm very kind and compassionate toward my clients. One of my values is loyalty. I'm very loyal to my clients and very loyal to my family. And one of my values is fun. I want my clients and my customers to have fun when they come to class. I just got a big noise on, then I can see the bottom of somebody's bed. And it's a nice blanket too. So everything about your presence, welcome Dilla, everything about your presence is important. Everything about your presence. And a lot of my clients are shy. And I'm sure some of you are shy. I have 3 very shy brothers, one who was an extrovert. For those of you who are shy, I don't want you to become an extrovert like me. I don't want you to become somebody else. Everything to do with your personal brand is to do with your authenticity, being real. It's to do with becoming more confident through being who you are. And you can still be very shy and give a performance on Zoom and make your performance larger than life. So if I talk quietly like this and say, hello, my name is Maggie Eyre, welcome. Whereas, kia ora, welcome, Maggie Eyre. How are you? Please call me Maggie. It's great to be here. I'm smiling, I'm alive. You have to decide in your mind and in your thoughts how you are going to present and what your style is. Because it's in the 30 seconds or in the blink of an eye, somebody is going to decide, I'm going to listen to her, I'm going to listen to him, or I'm going to switch off. And that's why the eye contact's so important. That's why the warmth is so important. And I have seen miracles, absolute miracles. Just got a lovely photograph there saying, hi, everyone. I was distracted because the colors are beautiful. It's so, so important for you to know who you are. Know who you are. Like, I'm somebody who cares about children at risk, kids at risk. I'm on a board called Tyler, Turn Your Life Around. Children who are disadvantaged, teenagers who are disadvantaged from violent backgrounds, from poverty. And a lot of my friends and colleagues know that that is very important to me. They know social responsibility is very important to me. So when you're talking in your story, no matter what your topic is, make sure that people get to know what it is that you stand for in the world. What is it that you stand for? So I make a stand for children with disabilities and children who are at risk. I'm on a board called Star Jam where our kids live with disabilities. And it's important to me that there is fairness in the world, that there is fairness. And we have a Prime Minister who preaches that, which is wonderful, and talks about that all the time and talks about justice. So know what it is that you are talking about all the time. I don't know whether anybody at this stage would like to continue to, if anybody would like to ask a question. I'm going to be honest and say to my dear moderator, I did not even time myself. So how am I going with time?
Your time is until maybe 10 minutes.
Have I spoken for 10 minutes?
Maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
10 or 15 minutes. So I've got another 5 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's okay. So what I want to say is that it's not, I looked down at my notes because I thought, oh, I must read that. it's not the impression that you make. It's the impression that you leave behind. That's what it's about. It's the impression that you leave behind. And I'm about to work with a woman who's very anxious, very, very scared of giving a speech. And now she's a manager. And I wrote her an email today to reassure her she was in a safe pair of hands. And my job is to give her a toolkit so she knows how to actually relax her body and relax her mind before she speaks. You can be the best communicator with your body language. You can have a beautiful voice. You can be dressed beautifully. But if you don't believe in yourself, if you go onto the stage and you think, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. They will judge me. They won't like me. Oh, I can't win this competition. We have 70,000 thoughts a day. And all of these thoughts are negative. And so you've got the thought, and then there's this absolute rush of negative chemicals rushing through your body. And they're not dopamine, that's feel-good chemical. It's a toxic chemical that is making you afraid. It's the old fight or flight. So you've got to say instead to yourself, I'm relaxed, or I am calm, or I am rehearsed, or I am ready, I know my material, or I am an expert in my field. When your dean spoke today, I saw a woman with grace. I saw a woman with, we call it, the Māori word is mana, mana, prestige and authority. I saw a woman who was very certain about herself and sure of herself. And just remember, it's okay to be nervous. I work with high-performing athletes, and these are Olympic medalists. And when they go to speak on television, they're terrified. They're so scared. So I'm teaching them it's okay to feel afraid. If you didn't have that fear and that terror, it would be weird. Like, you almost need the nervous energy, so you've got the adrenaline. But you just need to know, A, that's normal, and B, you can still carry on. You're not going to die. You're not going to faint. You're not going to collapse on the floor. I've only heard of one person who has from stage fright. But you, even if you're terrified, people don't know that. People don't know that you're terrified. They're terrified if the notes are shaking. They're terrified if you say, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so nervous. Never apologize at the beginning. Never apologize throughout your speech. Never say to the audience, I hate public speaking. I'm so nervous to be up here. What you've got to know is every prime minister who becomes a prime minister was nervous before they became a prime minister. Every great speaker, Winston Churchill was trained by his mother, and he had a stutter for years and years and years. So many people stutter and stammer. So the beliefs transforming, those negative thoughts, it's really important because those thoughts limit forever. Those negative beliefs get in the way and disempower you. And if you keep on saying to yourself every day, I'm ready, or I'm excited, like somebody said to me, sent me a text, and she's a coach, and she's a teacher of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and she sent me a text and she said, have fun in your Zoom class today. And I said, I will, and sent a little smiley face back. You have to prepare your mind and your body before you go on. I mean, I always do some exercises like, I'm going to look really silly, but I do little exercises like, this is called the horse lips, the trill. And sometimes I go boom, boom. So, and it all tickles. Or I might do something like some diction exercises. Unique New York, unique New York. or I might go, in fact, all of you do it with me now. Unique New York, unique New York. And I'll get you to do this one. Will you wait for William and Willie? Away you go. Will you wait for William and Willie? Again. Will you wait for William and Willie? Good. I'll give you a hard one that I like. Around the rugged rocks, the rascal ran. Together. Around the rugged rocks, the rascal ran. And again, around the rugged rocks, the rascal ran. So it's just little, you know, even little things like Ithaca Bittica, Ithaca Bittica, Ithaca Bittica. So you're just getting your jaw all relaxed. Another one I'd like you to do, I store all my tension. Oh, someone just posted a beautiful baby. I don't know who you are, baby, but you're drop dead cute. Gorgeous. So I want you to do this. You open and close your mouth. Thank you so much, Fenny, for posting baby. Here we go. Open and close your mouth with your jaw. And if you take your hand, mine is not a floppy jaw, all the tension's there. So it's getting, we store all this tension in the neck. Massaging the back of your neck is a really good thing to do. But the best thing to do if you are nervous is to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. I won't stand up, but I'll breathe through the nose, and I love meditation, and I'll exhale through the nose, and I'll pretend that I'm standing. So I'm going to breathe up, and I'm going to raise my hands and close my eyes, breathing in, holding the breath up there, and then letting it go, but through the nose. Keep the mouth closed. So it's just really, really simple. So just all of you sitting there now, just breathe in. You don't need to raise your arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. You're wanting those feel-good chemicals. You're wanting the dopamine. So it's managing and calming the nerves. I say to people, please don't drink too much coffee before you present. You'll become quite anxious. And it's knowing all those things. Some people sleep with lavender, beautiful lavender under their pillow, or some people have, you know, the little aromatherapy with the beautiful, smells of lavender, which calms you. Going for a walk outside, walking in nature, doing anything, having a hot bath, anything the night before you give a speech. The most important thing to remember, and I know, welcome Jihan, I know you don't, I can hear you. I might, I think he's on mute now, great. So it's so easy to forget that funny little mute button. So all of these things to relax yourself are incredibly, incredibly important. It's not just about knowing your speech. I think it's important for you to be passionate about your material. So if you are not passionate about your material, it will come across. You don't want to fake it till you make it. Some people talk about faking it till you become it. I like that one better. But you really want to be so warm and real, because we worry about how the audience are going to perceive us. We worry about how the audience are going to see us. And I found a little spot on my blouse this morning down below, and I said, don't worry, Maggie, they won't see it. They won't see it. So it's really all a preparation beforehand, all that being ready before you, welcome Jihan. It's all that material beforehand. It's not just about sitting down and writing a speech. It's not just about standing there and reading it. It's about believing in your material. Now, I could go on and on and on, because there's so many more things to say. But I just want to say nobody can make you feel inferior without your own consent. You have to believe in you, and you have to believe that you can do it. So I think it would be great if we open the floor to questions, and you gave me some questions, and you can ask me questions about anything. There is no such thing as a silly question. And, please don't be shy. You can ask me anything about my career. I've worked as a teacher. I've worked as a trained actress. I've worked in the Middle East. I've worked all over Europe. I've trained clients all over the world. And I lived in London for 8 years. So you can ask me anything. It doesn't have to be about personal branding or public speaking. So I will take you back now to our wonderful moderator.
Okay, thank you, Miss Maggie. That's very important to us to know how to make the public speaking, or how to confident while we speak to public without any fear. And the important thing that I get is we need to also pay attention to non-verbal communication, yeah, such as our eyes, our face, and while we speaking. And this also will give you the identity towards everybody who hear and see at you. So I see that there are many questions that want to share to you, Miss Maggie. So I will open the discussion. Please open on unmute your microphone if you want to ask Miss Maggie. Anyone want to talk to Miss Maggie and maybe sharing about their experience? Please.
Thank you.
Is there any participant who want to ask Miss Maggie?
Yes, I am.
Yes, Debbie, please.
Hi, Debbie. Hello, Debbie.
Hello, Miss.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Talk. Yes. Thank you for the sharing material. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, I can. Can I ask you? You've got your mask on, so I'm just curious. Are you in a classroom? Oh, I can see your face. That's great. It's just quite hard for me to hear, but that's wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, because we are now in the office.
Oh, is that okay though? Is it all right? Do you feel safe? Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
My question is, you talked about we have to be passionate of our what we're talking about in front of the people. But how about if sometimes we don't read, but we have public. So how the better way to us to maybe I give like the example like this. We have to speak in front of the teenage primary students.
Yes.
Then actually I'm really like to speak with the children,
Yes.
not the teenage, because we know the physical of them so very different. So how we handle that? How can we speak with them in front of them by the different situation?
I hope I've got this right in terms of the interpretation. The screen went freeze for a little while. Are you asking me, Debbie, how do you speak to young children when you're an adult, when there's a different situation or difficult situation in the room? Is that what you're saying? I lost some words, so maybe our moderator can help. Did I get that right?
I mean, about sometimes we get the different public to speak. What we are very compassionate is. So how we can how do we handle that? How do we handle that?
How do we
get the different situation that we don't really like? but we have to do that because that's our job or our task.
Yes, so what I'm picking up is we're talking about compassion, and if you've got a difficult situation in the room with the children, how to still be compassionate no matter what's going on. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying, Debbie? How do you continue to be compassionate in a difficult situation with the children? Is that what you're asking? I'm not quite sure whether I'm answering your question correctly, but I'll just speak a little bit about it's so important to always speak from your heart. It's so important to always speak your truth. With children, and I used to be a primary school teacher many years ago, I learned that it was so important to listen, like to listen to children. Let them speak. Don't lecture too much. Let people speak and really listen. And if there is a relationship, if you develop a relationship, even if it's with a child who's a so-called difficult child, your empathy and your compassion must be present in the room. You mustn't be judgmental. It's really important that, because we all have an opinion of how to teach, or we all have a different opinion of how to be with human beings. So to develop a rapport or build a rapport with a child or with an adult, you have to be so in the moment, like always in the moment, never thinking about the past, never thinking about the future, but being absolutely in the moment. And if, like right now, I wasn't quite sure what your question was or what it meant, because I was having a bit of trouble with the audio, but just, keep on engaging with that person. Debbie, does that answer some of your question?
Okay, Miss Maggie, maybe the signal is not good. What I hear from Miss Debbie is if we just prepare with the condition that when we speaking to others, the condition is out of control. So how we can manage that we could speak public in a good way?
Yes, and also if you want children who are talking to pay attention, holding up your hand is a really good thing to do. And I remember as a teacher going, listen up, everyone, listen up, listen up. But I said it with warmth. Come on, everyone, come on. Like being warm, rather than, you don't want to go, listen up. It's like terrible, you don't want to yell at them. Just say, thank you, everyone. I used to do that. Thank you, everyone. Listen up, thank you. So your voice controls and your voice projects confidence, but you still need to do it in a warm way. So when I was an actor, I was scared of one of my teachers. I was terrified. And I was 27, and one day I said to the teacher, please don't yell at us. Please, I'm really frightened. Please don't. And he was in the army. And I said, it's very scary. And all the other actors were so polite and they wouldn't say anything. And I was older than them. So we teach people how to treat us. And if you're kind to children, but also you have a voice of authority, they'll be kind back. People mirror us. They mirror us. If you're confident, they will be confident. So the one thing I know about children is they need boundaries. They need boundaries. I looked after 9 nieces and nephews, and I'd take them to a cafe, and one would be running into the sand pit and one would be running around the cafe. And I'm trying to, I'm not a mother, I'm trying to control all these kids. But it's really, I think, be yourself and ask yourself, am I treating my audience with respect? So if it's children, am I being respectful?
Okay, thank you, Miss Maggie. And I see there are 3 questions in the chat box. I will say it. From Farrell. Hi, Miss Maggie. How do you nail a 3-minute pitch deck presentation?
Yes, the 3-minute speech, I've been teaching some students at a university last year and the year before and the year before, practicing for the 3-minute competition. And I am really proud to say that the people that I coached a lot were winners. And I was so excited that every time one of them would win. It is coming back to rehearsing in front of a camera, playing it back, being videoed, playing it back, videoed, playing it back. Don't rote learn every word. You don't have to memorize like an actor does. Just know the 3 bullet points. So my opening is about the introduction, or my opening is about a story. And always make sure that with every key message, say in 3 minutes, I always think in a 3-minute speech, just have 3 key messages. So if you've got a message, then have an example, or have a message and a story. A message and a story, a message and an example. And at the end, you want to tie it up with a bow, so it's powerful. And at the top, you've got to think of a way of hooking people in. It's like we talk about the elevator pitches. You've got 30 seconds to give an elevator pitch. So rather than me saying, I'm a presentation skills coach, I might say, I help people shine on the stage. Find another way of opening it. And the 3-minute speech is such a brilliant competition because you learn to be succinct, you learn to be precise, you learn to have short sentences. Avoid long sentences, have really short sentences. So next week I'm interviewing a panel and I looked at some of the sentences and I thought, my gosh, they're too long. I want 5 words, I don't want 15 words. Keep on looking at those sentences. Are they short? And is the message clear? And if you practice in front of a group of your colleagues or your friends, get feedback from them every time. 3 things that I did well, 3 areas for improvement. Where can I actually improve? So it's getting that feedback all the time. It might be, you might say, well, I love the content, but you looked down so much, you didn't connect with me, or you were fiddling with your button and it was distracting me, so I kept on looking at it. Or you had chipped nail polish, or whatever it is. So always get honest feedback and ask for it, because some people are afraid to give feedback. The 3-minute speech is about practice, practice, practice.
Okay, practice, practice, and practice. Thank you, Miss Maggie. And knowledge without practice is like a snail without its cells, right? And by practicing the knowledge, we will remember it for a long time. So we will, before I say the other question, let we maybe practice some public speaking from 2 lucky students. And
Yes.
yeah, Miss Maggie, please give comments and advice for them about their speaking and others. So I will pick 2 lucky students, and the lucky number 1 is Nia Rimadona. Nia, hi.
Yes, okay, Miss Vidya, I'm here.
Nia,
Hello.
yes,
Hi.
Happy to meet you.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for offering to speak. And I've got a little notepad here, so if I'm looking down, I'm just taking a few notes. What is your topic?
I'd like to convince speak about new adaptation era is COVID-19. So can I convey this speech?
Yes, away you go. Brilliant. I'm just writing down your name so I remember. Nia, is that how you pronounce it?
Nia.
Nia, lovely. Away you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So can I start now, Miss?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Wow. We've all been affected by coronavirus disease 2019, or we usually call it with COVID-19. On 11th of March 2020, World Health Organization recognized the spread of COVID-19 as a pandemic, as Italy, Iran, South Korea, and Japan reported the surge numbers of cases. This COVID-19 pandemic is an ongoing problem in more than 200 countries in this world. Our country, Indonesia, has been greatly affected by COVID-19 with the case fatality rate being 8.9% in the end of March 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed how we live, how much time we spend at home, and what activities are available every day. To the Honorable the lecturer of Public Health Faculty, Sriwijaya University, distinguished guest, Miss Maggie, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First, Abel, I'd like to say thank you so much for the chance given to me. It's a really great chance for me to share with you all. I'm Nyari Madonna from Public Health Faculty, Sriwijaya University. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the COVID-19 pandemic that hit many countries in this world, including Indonesia, has forced people to adopt a new lifestyle. This is in accordance with the new normal protocol issued by World Health Organization some time ago. This new lifestyle is known as new normal, or now it has been changed to new adaptation. Now we all, especially Indonesian people, are required to change our old habits and behaviors that lead to adaptation to cultivate a clean lifestyle according to health protocol so that it can continue to carry out normal activities while preventing the occurrence of the COVID-19 transmission. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that there are several challenges that will arise in implementing the new habit adaptation in society. One of the challenges is the diverse understanding in society regarding to carry out the new habit adaptation. Apart from changing our mindset and applying the right physical distancing independently, we also need to take care for others. And this is one of the challenge in the new habit adaptation era. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we all have to know that individual confidence in carrying out health protocols needs to be built through the wider and more intensive socialization through the various media. An understanding of the importance of correct health protocols needs to be inculcated massively and sustainably, both by the government and the fellow elements of society. Ladies and gentlemen, the adaptation of new habits can run effectively if the community is comply with and consistently carry out the established health protocol together. It is hoped that all levels of society can understand and carry out this new life order as well as possible. So don't blame the adaptation to this new habit, but do an evaluation. Have you worn a clean cloth mask when you're outside? Always keep your hands clean by using a hand sanitizer or washing your hands under running water and soap, applying curve and sneezing ethics, doing physical distancing and isolation. And the most important one is stay healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, because the COVID-19 virus still exists, don't be careless and underestimate it. We must increase our vigilance and maintain the cleanliness. Let's build a healthy and strong nation in the face of the challenge of the COVID-19 pandemic. Let's fight together against the spread of COVID-19 by making this new habit adaptation era successful. As Mahatma Gandhi said, it is health that is real wealth and not a piece of gold and silver. So have you lived a new normal life for a healthy life? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Great. Excellent. Right, I'll give you some notes, some feedback. Wonderful. First of all, I really felt engaged because your eyes sparkle. And we often say the eyes are the window of the soul. The eyes are the window of the soul. And as soon as you came on screen, you had a presence, not just because you're beautiful, you're a beautiful woman, but you've got these eyes that are like energy. It was energy. So you brought energy to your presentation and you had a confidence about you. Like it was sort of like, just a beautiful confidence, and you were very in the moment. I liked your start at the beginning, and I liked you reminding us 11th of March, and we all have been affected, and you had the date. You were gesturing and you were warm. There are two things I'd like you to do if I was there and I was coaching you is slow down. What do I mean by that? You're like a racehorse. I want you to pause and breathe, pause, breathe. So how do we do that at the end of sentences or at the beginning of a new thought? because the audience are taking things in, we're assimilating, we're taking things in. It just felt very fast to me. So I want you to slow down. And the other thing, oh, by the way, I love the quote, the Gandhi quote, that was great. The other thing I'd like you to do is right at the start, think about something in your own words that happened for you. Like, I'll tell you that when COVID hit here, I got a long text from one of my best friends who was very ill with COVID in London. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is really bad. And even now, as I say it, I feel one of my best friends, I feel all this emotion in my body. You know, like it really touched me. And she said, Maggie, please take this seriously, because I wasn't. I thought, oh, we're at the bottom of the world. It's just the flu. We'll be fine. And my friend from Sweden was saying, please, Maggie, take this seriously. So think of something that happened to you. You know, let me ask you, did you have any family who caught COVID?
So far, I don't have some part of my family that got COVID.
Right. Any friends, any colleagues, anybody?
No.
Okay. So what was the one thing you did not like about lockdown? You didn't like, you did not enjoy? Like, I did not like lockdown. I live on my own. I ate too much. I ate and ate and ate and got bigger and bigger with croissants. So what did you not like about lockdown? Just tell me one thing.
Actually, I love traveling, but because of lockdown, I can't go anywhere. So it's like, it's really bored for me.
Yeah, so it's somehow in there at the beginning, just say something, because you said we have all been affected. So I'm wanting to know, how were you affected? I want to know, how was Nia affected? What was it? So my brother runs a church and he couldn't go to church every day, and he lives next door on the land here. And so he would pray inside and he wouldn't go to the church. And we have the Catholic church where he belongs to, we have the mosque across the road. And I could see the sadness in his eyes. It was hard for him. So that we want to know, how were you affected? What was it? I'm a social creature. I missed my friends. Okay. And I missed hugs. I wanted a hug. So just at the beginning, always for all of you, humanize the beginning of your speech, personalize it in some way. Is that useful? And I love your positivity. You bring a lot of positivity to the stage. You shine, you shine. Well done.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, thank you, Nia, for the practice. And what I get from your explanation, Miss Maggie, that we have to engage to the audience by telling our experience, right? So they may feel what we feel.
Yes, yes. Yeah. The more you share about who you are, like my mother, I came back from London to look after my mother. She died with me at 94. And for the last 2 years of her life, I moved into her house and looked after her and went to work every day. And in lots of my speeches, I talk about what success looks like. And for me, that's what I'm mostly proud of, and all of my accomplishments. Walking my mother to the grave with dignity and loving her and looking after her and nursing her and nurturing her. So I always in my speeches during that period of time talked about it a lot. Like I would say, I've just come from my mother. I've been brushing her hair. She tells me I'm too bossy. She tells me I'm too loud, whatever. So kind of let people into your life. Let them into your life.
Okay, that's a great tip. It's okay if we have one another.
Yes, absolutely. I'd love that. It's
okay. The second speaker is Valerie Anugrahning Tias. Hi, Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
Hello, Miss Maggie and Bu Widya.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Ready?
I'm great. Thank you so much. How are you, Miss Maggie?
Oh, I'm well. It's lovely to meet you. What a beautiful smile you have.
Thank you so much. You are too.
Okay, Valerie, are you ready?
to...
So may I start my speech?
Yes, okay. Valerie, time is yours.
Yeah. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. Yes.
Okay. Please just interrupt me if you lost my voice. Okay. The Honorable Dean, Faculty of Public Health in Sriwijaya University. The Excellencies, Miss Maggie Eyre, founder of Fresh Air Training Company of Public Speaking, lecturers from our beloved Public Health faculty in Sriwijaya University, and distinguished guests. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Valerie. I'm a college student of Public Health faculty in Sriwijaya University. English isn't my first language, but I'm going to try my best here. Certainty in this time of uncertainty. As we all know that we are in the middle of COVID-19 pandemic. We also know that this type of coronavirus is new to everyone, and the researchers are still doing research about this virus, so the information is still updating until today. Whether it's about the vaccines that we really need to have in order to achieve the herd immunity in our population, whether it's about the virus itself. Ladies and gentlemen, in this time of uncertainty, we need to keep our minds clear in receiving so many information. There are lots of informations out there about this virus that we better do a fact check from reliable sources 10 times and even more to get the right information about this virus. Because things that are certain in this time of uncertainty to end this pandemic is that we have to always wear our masks wherever we go, whenever we meet people. We have to keep our hands clean and maintain our distance safe from everyone and for everyone. And implement the other health protocol also. Ladies and gentlemen, before I end my speech, I know it's really uncomfortable thing doing this and that health protocol, but I'm sure if we take our part in doing the health protocol properly, together, we can end this pandemic really soon. Thank you for your attention. Good day. Thank you so much.
Bravo.
Thank you so much, Miss Maggie.
It's wonderful because our job is to be memorable. And just like the last speech was memorable, you were memorable. It's all about being memorable, having a presence. And I really am happy because you had great pace, not too fast, not too slow, lovely pauses and pitch, pace, pauses, pitch. So you pitched it well. Very good diction. I could understand the words. What I'm pleased about is you were hitting on key words. If you want a word to stand out, you know, we can beat this this COVID. You know, COVID can't stop me. It can't stop me. You know, I just had my first trip to Australia last week, so I'm so excited to get on a plane. But you know, so it's hitting on keywords. Really, really good. Your face was expressive. Can I ask you a question? Did you have your words on the screen or on the computer in front of you?
Yes, yes.
Right. Now that's okay. The only thing I want you to do, you know, like how could you improve that? Say you were giving that on screen. What I want you to do, and this is a challenge for you and a challenge for all of you, is to learn it, know it. So you don't have auto cue, you don't have your notes. That's the real challenge. And a lot of my TED Talk students, they're scared to memorize it. But once you start memorizing it, it is such a breakthrough. You will have a breakthrough. We are scared we will miss something out. Do not worry if you miss out a word or a sentence. because every time your eyes went to the screen, it means that you're not engaging with me. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, imagine if I was the whole time, you know, thinking, gosh, what does that mean in Indonesia now? Right? I'm having a look at this, and I had my, you know, eyes down the whole line. Oh, let me talk to them about the power of storytelling. Okay, so great stories happen to those who can tell them. Like, you just wouldn't be engaging with me. You would not be engaging with me. So it's getting away from that security blanket. It's like our teddy bear. You know, little kitties have a teddy bear. And I want you to go to the next stage now. You know that speeches about COVID are very powerful. We need to keep on talking about hope. So important. And I mean, you know, in my life, one of my friends' husbands died of COVID in the hospital in the UK. She went in with COVID. He went in with COVID. She came out. He didn't. One of my friends in France has got COVID. So I can go on and on with the list of sad stories, hopeful stories. Yeah, so just be careful of those eyes going down. But I sort of felt, and it was like with the last one as well, I liked you. You made me like you. And and it was Nia, wasn't it, before? It's like, because that's, see, all your audience right now, everybody listening to me is tuned into their favorite radio station called WIIFM. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? So, you know, it was lovely when you smile, because you just lighten up.
Thank you so much.
If you smile, people in the audience, they think, gosh, she cares about me. You know, she cares about me. But well done. Well done on the pace, particularly, and the pauses. Beautiful.
Thank you so much, Miss Maggie, for your suggestions. It's very lovely to have you here. Thank you so much.
Right. I'm a happy coach.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Thank you,
Maggie, and thank you, Valerie. And I look into the chat box, and there are 3 more questions. Maybe Miss
Yes.
Maggie want to read
Yes.
it and
Yes.
answer it for us?
Yes. Can you read those out, because the writing's quite small and I'm not sure which questions. I'll get you to read them out.
Okay. The question number 1 is from Alvan Fatir. Excuse me, I want to ask about speaking in public. When we speaking, our spontaneous are dominated while we speaking. Is it okay if we say in public aren't true? I mean, curiosity in our mind cause difference without what we think about. If it's not okay, can you give some suggestion about it?
Now, I didn't get all of that, and I can't even find that question on the screen. I've got access. No, I haven't. I can't see that. I need you to read that question again, because I didn't understand all of it.
Okay.
I can't see it. So
yeah.
unless I go down.
I will read it for you. Yeah.
I'll get you to read it again. Thank you. Can you read it again?
Yes. Alvan Fatir question about, I want to ask about speaking in public. When we speaking, our spontaneous are dominated while we speaking. Is it okay if we say in public aren't true?
Can you say that word? Is it okay if in public we untrue?
We say in public aren't true? Are not. Yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what the person's saying. Do you mean you're speaking and you're saying something, but it isn't true? So it's like a lie, or you've made it up, right?
Yeah.
You've made it up a story. That's a really fantastic question. Never lie in a speech. Never lie. You have to ask yourself, why am I saying this? What's my objective? How do I want this story to land in people's laps? If you've made up a story, why? There's got to be a point to everything you say. There's got to be a reason. So people are always thinking, why? Why is he saying that? Why is she saying that? Am I on track? Am I understanding that person's question? that you were talking about spontaneity in the beginning, but then you said, is it okay to say things that are not true? Is that right? Have I got that right?
Yes, so we don't need to say lie in our speaking, right?
Well, when you're speaking, you've got to have a reason for speaking. You've got to have a reason. There's got to be a point to everything. The main thing is the main thing is the main thing. What is the main thing in my 3-minute speech? And why am I giving it? And what is it about?
Yes, sometimes when we're speaking into public, because we are nervous and we, yeah.
So when you're, so I'm just not quite sure I'm interpreting that question right. When you're nervous, don't worry about that. People in the audience never want to see you fail. So they'll see that you're nervous, but they don't want you to fail. So they are wanting you to succeed. They're wanting you to win. And so that's why it's really important to be relaxed and to be spontaneous. Like imagine if I was sitting here the whole time thinking, oh gosh, I've missed that out. I've missed that out. Oh, what if they've gone to sleep? I can't see them. What if they didn't get anything out of this? You know, like my mind could go spin into all these lies, all this narrative. I'm making up these stories in my head. If you know what you want to say, you know what the point is. If you know your 3 key messages, and then you learn your material, and then you come onto your stage and you speak from your heart, and even if there's one key message that you want to get across, you've already succeeded. You've got there. You know, we become too worried about what people think of us. And the great thing about getting to my age is you stop worrying about what people think of us. Like I'm obsessed with clothing. I love clothing, buying clothing, fabric. I love silk. And sometimes I worry too much about what I'm wearing on the stage when I speak. I have to say, Maggie, just chill, calm the farm. So is that, have I answered somehow that person's question?
Yes, I think that will answer the question. And we come to the next question is from Santa Happy. Santa Happy said that despite all the precaution we take, sometimes we still kind of sleep while giving speech.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Have you ever been in such situation before?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh,
is there anything that Miss Maggie
terrible. Oh, terrible. I spoke at my old school and I had the flu. I mean, these days you wouldn't be allowed to step outside if you had the flu, but I was really sick and I'd cancelled the last year and I thought, I can't cancel. I've got the flu again. I think I was terrible. Now, my darling mother was there and she said I was fine, but mums always say you're fine. And I just remember walking away thinking, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. That was not good. So absolutely. And it was just really bad for my self-esteem, really hard, you know. But the thing is, I think we've got to make mistakes to learn. You know, I say double your failure rate. We've got to do it all wrong to learn and to learn the lessons. And also, you do not have to be polished all the time. We want to see your personality come through. So I hear what that person is saying. And sometimes I think, oh my gosh, I blew it. And I actually didn't blow it, but I think I did. Always ask people, how did I get on? Or what did you get out of my speech? Did you get anything out of it? What did you get out of it? You know? Because sometimes we don't know. You know, when I was an actress, I remember going on the stage and forgetting my lines so many times. And I had this reoccurring dream that I've lost my lines and I'm on the stage and the words won't come out. And I wake up in a sweat going, oh my gosh, it's okay. It didn't really happen. It's normal to feel scared. It's normal to feel afraid. And I think as long as you don't apologize, don't say I'm scared, because they don't know you're scared. You're smiling. You look great. They don't know. They will only know if you're shaking. They'll only know if you're fidgeting. Yeah. So great question. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody can get that, okay? And it's normal if we still feel nervous when public speaking, even if we have many experience to speaking in front of people, yeah. And the most important thing is practice, practice, and practice. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Just always never go and speak cold. I call it like, I say it's showtime when you're ready. You're ready. You've done your presentations. You're absolutely ready. And you've got to really serve your audience. And if you serve your audience and you honor your audience, then you will do your homework. And I think it's disrespectful to, like I did preparation for today. I made sure that I had makeup on. I made sure I had these books out. I made some notes. It's important to absolutely know that it's a privilege to speak to people, that they're taking time out to listen to you. So make it good.
Yes, thank you, Maggie. I see that participant is enthusiastic to our topics, so there are two more questions.
Good.
Yes, it's from Ulfa. Hi, I wanna ask how to increase the participants more active when they assume that the topic is not interested for them. And the second, while we have giving a speech, but in the middle we got blank or forget what we will say, how can we handle it? Thank you.
Good. So two things there. How to get people interacting. And then the other one was forgetting something in the middle of your speech. I do a lot of interactive exercises. Okay. So in a workshop, I might be giving a speech and I have this exercise where I get everyone to go up to each other and I come up to you and I say, hello, I am the letter X. And then you have to give it back to me. Like you do it now. Just go, hello, I am the letter X. Say it. Great. And then I go up to everybody and I say, hello, I'm the letter O. And then everybody goes around saying, hello, I'm the letter O. It's a message about I'm confident. It's a message about I'm not confident. Then I get everybody going to find a new partner and I say, hello, my name is Maggie. And you give me, I might be working with Nia and Nia goes, hello, my name is Nia. So I do a lot of exercises like that. Speakeasy's also got some exercises that are interactive, getting people standing up, working in twos, working in pairs. And think, okay, what's the message? So apparently sociologists say that if you stand in front of the mirror like this, it's a confidence pose. It's about posture. And this is, the circle, the O, hello, I'm the letter O. I know you can't see all of that. Hello, I'm the letter O. It's bad posture. So as long as the exercise or the activity has an objective and there's a reason for it. But I'm a great believer in everybody stand up. Everybody have a stretch. Okay, everybody, let's do horse lips. Let's do some diction exercises. Just lots and lots of exercises. So people also want to listen, they feel good. But if you are animated, if you are expressive and you're fully expressive, your students or your audience will want to engage with you and they will be right there with you. Whereas if you're like, oh, hi, everybody, I wrote a book called Being You, How to Build Your Personal Brand and Confidence. Yeah, it was quite hard. You go, get this woman off the stage. Whereas if I go, hello, my book is called Being You. You've got to bring enthusiasm into your energy. And I think energy in the voice is really, really important. Because I just think you need to love your audience. Like I feel really excited now because I'm with you and I've been with you for the past hour. And I know when I go to a function tonight, I'm going to be talking about it and engaging with people about it. So you really need to absolutely be present. Now let's get to the next part of the question. What do you do if you forget where you are? I did that recently at a large speech and I said, oh, I've forgotten where I am. And another speaker came in and said, you were talking about authenticity. Don't be afraid to have a moment where you forget where you're going. Ask your audience, where was I now? What was I talking about? People just see that you're human, and they like it when you make mistakes. They like it when they see that you're not perfect. But if you have a piece of paper nearby and you just have a few, little points written down, you can always go back to the lectern and have a look at that. But it's memorizing those bullet points, not memorizing your paragraphs and sentences. It's memorizing the bullet points, beginning is this, middle is this. And also, if you want an audience, if you lose your place, get people involved. How are you going? Am I making sense with this talk today? Are you getting something out of this? Would anyone like to stop and just ask a question? You are human, and humans stuff up. So it's okay. It's called being human.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the time to make interaction, direct interaction towards our screen. Miss Maggie, would you like to maybe practice exercise?
So tell me what you would like. Oh, what's that? Can you hear that? Oh, that's lovely. I can hear someone laughing. What a lovely photo.
Yeah. Maybe this is the right time to do the direct interaction towards the participants. Miss Maggie, would you like to make maybe 3-phase exercise?
Oh, like some exercises, like maybe for the warm-up. Okay, great.
And the participant can open the camera to do what Miss Maggie practiced. So we practice
I want.
together.
Sure. So you just tell me when to start and I'll start.
Yes. Okay. To all participants, please open your camera. We will practice 3-phase exercise with Miss Maggie.
Hantar lah gaji.
Okay. Let's start, Miss Maggie.
So what I'm taking from you is you'd like me to do a few little exercises that I use to warm up the face or relax the body. Is that, yeah? So sometimes, a lot of the time, if I'm not feeling very energetic and I want to, that's a great laugh from somebody there. I got that. Sometimes I will just go like this. I go, blah, blah, blah. So I want you to try that with me. Blah, blah, blah. Good. So you're doing a movement and you're making a sound. And the other time, I want you to just massage your face like this. Massage. Imagine it's all gooey. Massage, massage, massage. And another thing to do with the face is to screw your face up ugly like a prune like this. And then open it wide, wide. And again, close in, screw it up, and wide. Great. So it's just, and of course we talked about the jaw one, we've talked about the diction exercises, and the other one, I often do is just to sit quietly and close your eyes and just have a short sentence that might be, I'm ready, or I'm relaxed, or I'm calm. So you're just sitting, and all I want you to do is breathe in and breathe out. But this time you're breathing in, you're going to breathe out through your mouth. So I'll just demonstrate once. So it might be the sentences, I am calm, or I am relaxed, or I am ready. So breathing in. Okay. Okay. And another exercise I sometimes do is tighten up the legs, the arms, the fists, tighten up everything, tense, 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 and then let go. Let go. So tighten everything up, tighten, 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 and let go. So always doing something that is relaxing the body. Think of tension as your friend. And because there's always going to be a little voice in your mind, on your shoulders saying, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. We have to say goodbye to that voice. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. there's something lovely that I like, and it's actually Buddhist, and somebody gave it to me, a Buddhist person gave it to me, a friend, and she said, put your arms around yourself. I felt silly the first time I did this, and you just say, good enough, dear. Good enough, dear. Try it. Good enough, dear. Good enough, dear. And a Buddhist friend of mine gave that to me, and I really love it. So if I'm complaining about something or upset about something or depressed about something, she will just send me a text from Australia. She's Italian. Lovely.
What is it?
Can you hear that laugh?
Yeah.
Lovely. I would be laughing. I was laughing. Good enough, dear. So it's finding exercises and ways to really make sure that you are in a place of readiness, that you are ready. That's why actors rehearse for 7 weeks before a play. That's why actors spend an hour on makeup, half an hour on costume. We used to do yoga. We used to do meditation. Do whatever it takes to quieten the mind, on the one hand, you want to be enthusiastic and passionate, but if you quieten the mind, that's why I'm such a great believer in meditation. I go to a meditation class every Saturday morning. I'm a great believer because those thoughts that often come in do not serve us. I'm not good enough. I'm not perfect enough. Oh, I hate public speaking. I don't want to give that speech on Monday. I don't want to do it. All these thoughts come in.
Yes, that's very relaxing tips. I do it and I feel more calm. Yes, thank you, Miss Maggie. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after I read all the question, I think we come to the end of the session. And before that, we would like to hear the closing statement from you, Miss Maggie.
The closing statement, thank you. Look, it's really important that you embrace your culture when you talk. Like I speak a little bit of Te Reo, I often start with kia ora. I don't speak fluent Te Reo, Māori, but it's important to share who you really are in a speech. And when I worked at a university for many, many years teaching, sometimes some of my beautiful Muslim students would not say that they were Muslim. And I would say, where are you from? Where were you born? And they wouldn't talk about their birthplace. And it's really important that you embrace everything about your tradition, everything about who you are. So in New Zealand now, in emails or letters, most people now say kia ora. They don't say hello, they say kia ora, say hello, yeah? And people are starting now to use a little bit of Te Reo in their speeches. Everybody's learning a little bit of Te Reo, so it's honouring our Māori people, in this country. And I think it's important, like you have so much to teach people like me. I would love to come to your university one day. I'd love to meet you all. That would just make me so happy. And I would be going there to listen to your stories, because your stories are really powerful and they're really rich. And you can change one person's life with one line or one sentence or one speech. You can give one person in that audience hope who didn't have hope. You might have somebody in your audience who suffers from depression. So tomorrow it's Mental Health Day in New Zealand and everybody's wearing pink shirts and it's all around mental health. And so if you are telling a personal story about a member of your family who suffers from mental health issues or depression, and you tell that real story and you wrap that story up with a bow by giving an example of how they're living now, which is in a safe place or a positive place in their mind, it touches that person in the audience who also is struggling. And I think we have a responsibility to think about the language that we use. I think it's really important that we don't borrow other people's words or borrow other people's speeches. So if we're talking about COVID, how did it impact us? What did it do? So when we went into lockdown, I came home and cried and cried and cried because I run a small business. I pay my PA a salary. I came home and thought, how am I going to teach? What am I going to do? How am I going to speak? How will I run my business? How will I pay my bills? And I often tell people the second lockdown, I also came home and cried. I don't pretend that it was great, you know. Our government, you know, lent us money, small business. We all could borrow $10,000 in 24 hours, you know. So I think the more real you are, the more real you are, the more you will actually reach an audience and you will make a difference in people's lives. And I just want to thank you because today you make a difference in my life by inviting me to be here. And it's taken a lot of texting and emailing to make this happen, but just go with my blessing and just remind yourself that you're great the way you are. You're okay. You're great. Just speak your truth always.
Okay, that's very beautiful statements from Miss Maggie Eyre. Thank you very much, Miss Maggie, for the closing statements, your explanations, and also sharing to all of our participants. We really hope that one day we have another opportunity to invite you in our future event as a guest speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. And we will back to the MC. Maybe lastly, say thanks to the committee for the great chance to me. And I'm sorry if there is any mistakes during run this event. Thank you for your participation. Have a good day, everyone. Back to you, Nayu.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Maggie Eyre, for giving such informative and very interesting presentation, and Miss Widya Leonita SKMMPH for moderating the Excellence Public Chess Lecture, and also all participants for very active participations. What we can conclude from Miss Maggie Eyre explanation is public speaking isn't only about tell something, but it's more than that. And build your personal branding isn't about only show your value, but it's all about your presence. What we can several things that we can do is we need to focus on our body language, eye contact, focus the voice, and how we engage the participants. We can also use the example in every content that we deliver, and we need to practice. We can directly practice in front of the audience or practice with our phone. And the most important, we need to know ourselves and also believe in ourselves. Thank you very much, Miss Maggie Eyre. And also, I please the operator to share the link of the attendance of our meeting today. So guys, for the participant, here is the link for our attendance today. Perhaps the participant can write it down first, and later on, don't forget to fill the link.
Okay. MC, can I ask 1 minute to thank you to Maggie, please?
Okay. Oh, of course, Bu Najma.
Okay, thank you very much. Maggie is my mentor for 3-minute presentation. She trained me to be a finalist in Auckland University of Technology. So I'm from knowing nothing about speaking, and she teach me a lot. So I hope that we can, in the future, we can have a small class so I can transfer what Maggie have transferred to me, how to practice your voice control. And I believe everyone can be a good speakers if they need to practice and they need to prepare, not only pray, remember, not only pray, but we need to endeavor to practice and tips and tricks from Maggie. And I hope Sriwijaya University will be a pioneer to join 3 minutes presentation Maggie, we never join Indonesia. We see Malaysia come to Australia, but Indonesia not yet. Hopefully, Maggie come here and Maggie inspire us to join the 3-minute competition. And I present 300 pages into only 2 pages, and we only present 3 minutes. And before we closing, Nyayu, would you mind to ask Bu Fanny and one of student to conclude, and we say thank you and say goodbye to Maggie together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nazma.
Okay, thank you, Bu Najma, for the very good speech. And the next, just like what Bu Najma have said before, we need to hear the conclusions from Ibu Widya. I'm so sorry. We need to hear the conclusion from Ibu Fanny, and also one of the students for Ibu Fanny. Time and screen are welcome.
Okay, thank you, Nyayu. Thank you very much, Miss Maggie. It is a good chance to us to meet Miss Maggie directly, and we already get so many information about how to build, how to build the confidence to speak in front of the people. In other ways, we can do public speaking based on the tips that Miss Maggie has shared to us. I think maybe the obstacles to speak in front of people not only facing by the student, but also for us, the lecturers. As for me, a new lecturers at Faculty of Public Health, Sriwijaya University, it is hard for me at the first time when I was teaching in front of the class. I face a silly situation. How I feel is very nervous at the first time, and also I had a little bit bad experience that when we face different kind of students, we really need another way how to engage for our students. Because when I was the first time teaching at Faculty of Sriwijaya University, I get the not regular students that they are practitioners. So I really nervous at that time, but I try to engage to my students, just changing my way to teach because they were practitioners. So I only give them the chance to share with me, because at that time I really didn't have many experience how to teach for the practitioners. And also I think we can do or arrange another event like this. This is very important and very fun learning with Miss Maggie today. And I hope in another time we can meet again. And thank you for all the committee, Bu Najma, Bu Widya, and all participants today that still here from the starting time to the end of this event. Thank you very much. And maybe we can keep contact with Miss Maggie. And I think that's all that I can say to you. Thank you very much for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those words. Thank you.
What a great conclusion from Ibu Fanny. Another one, we need to hear from our participant. And I please Kak Fala to give the conclusion about our material today. For Kak Fala, time and screen are welcome.
Okay, thank you, Septi. Okay, here I am Faladina, and I will try to give the conclusions of the explanation from Miss Maggie Eyre. Thank you, Miss. This explanation is really wonderful for us. And then I guess that what I get from this material is about public speaking is such an art to persuade people. I guess that the word kind of public speaking is not only the word, it can change people. Like Miss Maggie said before, a word, maybe a line of our public speaking can change the mindset of the people and then their life also. And also some important thing in public speaking are eye contact, focus, and engage to our audience. And also make ourselves be memorable to our audience. And then we have to keep ourselves in a good tempo. I guess that's all. Thank you and wassalamualaikum.
Thank you. Thank you for a wonderful summary, beautifully expressed. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you very much for Ibu Feni and also Kak Fala. And the next is documentation session. For all of the participants, I please all the participants to on your camera and show us your base pose. For the documentation committee, time and screen are welcome. For the committee of documentation, maybe can lead our photo session.
Okay, I will start it. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, next.
Okay, thank you so much. Hopefully, this public guest lecture can be beneficial for everybody. Please give applause for the speaker, for the moderator, and for all of you guys. I'm Nyayu Septia. As a master of ceremony today, and also as the committee of this program, beg your pardon of the mistake that we have made. Thank you, and see you in the next public guest lecture. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Miss Maggie.
Thank you, Miss Maggie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Maggie. Thank you very much, Miss Maggie.
Thank you. Okay.
Terima kasih panitia. A good job.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Maggie.
Bye.
A good job, committee. Terima kasih Bu Penny, Bu Widya, dan teman-teman dari MC dan panitia mempersiapkan luar biasa.
Ya. Maaf ya kalau ada salah-salah tadi.
Terima kasih Bu Widya.
Terima kasih Bu Widya, Bu
Keren semuanya ya.
Terima kasih Bu Penny.
Selamat